Life and death confrontation for one man when he says a coyote stalked him, then attacked right outside of his own apartment.
He survived that attack and says he was forced to kill the animal with his bare hands. We do want to warn you, some of the video is graphic, might be difficult to watch, especially for some of our younger viewers.
CBS 17's Baron James spoke to him about.
Welcome to Pegasus versus the World, where we take on challenges, comedy, trending topics, and some travel. City boy! City boy! All right, this is just a wild story, y'all, because I believe this happened in the Carolinas, right? And a coyote attacked a man, okay? It attacked a man, and this man fought off the coyote with his bare hands. Now, we'll let it play so he can say it. You know, I just thought this was worth covering because we're in this very unique time. And I don't know if it's just a joke or people are having fun or if people are honestly curious. So the question is, could 100 men beat a gorilla? This is the question. Yo, 100 men is a lot of men, actually. You know, and I never thought of it until this because I just thought it was a joke. It's just like, you know, we'll never really see that happen, you know, unless Mr. Beast comes up with some type of way to, you know, duplicate it. 100 strong men or, you know, active men, that could be an issue for a gorilla. I don't know. I never really thought of it. I personally just lean towards the side of, yo, it's probably impossible. That'd be crazy. Gorillas, I felt like could probably be more vicious, more violent, etc. However, you know, man can get kind of lit. So I guess you never know. I guess you never know unless you see it. However, what we're about to watch here, and you're not going to see anything. You know how they did the disclaimer, and this is for YouTube as well because they keep demonetizing my videos over here. It's just a conversation about something that really happened in a neighborhood. They do not have a video showing him taking out this coyote, right? And the fact that we have to be babied for, I guess, advertisers' sake is crazy. Like, if this got demonetized for just saying that a man got attacked by a coyote and had to, you know, take it out with his bare hands, that's crazy. But YouTube never surprises me. I did a video about 50 Cent going to Iraq. You know, and it's just showing live footage of him being there. And I guess because people had weapons and stuff, they demonetized the video. It's crazy. So anyways, let's get into this. If you guys would like, share, comment, subscribe to the channel. If you enjoy what I bring you guys. Also, if you don't know, I'm Black Pegasus. There is a link in the description to my other channels. And let's just check this out together.
Frightening life and death confrontation for one man when he says a coyote stalked him, then attacked right outside of his own apartment.
He survived that attack and says he was forced to kill the animal with his bare hands. We do want to warn you, some of the video is graphic, might be difficult to watch, especially for some of our younger viewers.
CBS 17's Baron James spoke to him about the incident and joins us.
It's funny that they said that because if I'm just being real, the younger viewers, in my opinion, this generation watch the most vile stuff, because they have access to social media, the internet, stuff like that. So things that I would have never imagined even being able to see when I was a child, they can just see. So to talk about just seeing this coyote on the grass, because there's no, I haven't seen any fight footage of the dude versus the coyote pop up on the internet. I read this, I think, trying to think what publication, I read this on Facebook, so I clicked the link. I saw there was a news joint. I was like, let's peep it out.
It's live now. Baron.
Liz and Russ, James Pulliam just back from the ER here at home after having gotten more rabies shots. Tell me that the other day his adrenaline was pumping so hard he didn't have time to be scared when the coyote attacked, and he says they fought for 20 minutes.
Tried to bite me, and I kicked him.
The battle between beast and man was on.
That's actually kind of a big coyote. You know what? So I train at a gym, and in the back of the gym, they have a dog training facility. And you see these like German shepherds like being trained to become attack dogs. this just seems crazy. He's like, I just kicked him. All right, let me just listen, because this is just looking crazy. Like, that's actually a pretty big coyote. Am I tripping?
I'm trying to scramble to get away.
James Pulliam, a 24-year-old, 6'1", 175-pound former athlete versus this wild coyote. The two coming face-to-face Friday evening when James stepped outside to have a smoke here at the Bernie Blessings Apartments on Somerset Drive in Roxborough. The wild animal creeped out of these woods and charged on James.
Then I fell, crawled through this little patch right here. I'm throwing rocks and grass, everything I can.
Traced his steps Monday by walking us through exactly what, where, and how it all went down.
I pinned him down and put my knee on his throat. I had to rip my hand out of his mouth. You know what I'm saying? Once I got my hand out of his mouth, I used both of my hands, just started choking him, put my knee on his neck, and just held him. Started hollering for help. It's like, you know.
How long did you hold him down like that?
Probably about 20 minutes maybe before the police got here. I had him all the way to the police got here and everything.
James ended up with multiple bite wounds on his hand and arms. He was rushed to the hospital for treatment, including antibiotics and rabies shots.
So I read from the article I read it came out today, and this video dropped on YouTube like a week ago, like 6 days ago or something. But it said that it did come back that the coyote did have rabies. So, you know what's interesting is I think the premise of this changes if it was with a pit bull, because pit bulls got that jaw that locks. He talking about he had to rip his hand out, but you know, when you got that lock jaw from a pit, oh man, that sounds scary as hell. The other thing I wanted to highlight is he's saying, now this is all recounted by him, and I'm just going to keep it real with you guys. You know, being in the martial arts world, whether you're in a competition or an actual fight, it always seems way longer than it really is. I'm not saying he didn't fight this thing for 20 minutes, but I'm willing to bet it was probably like 5 to 8 minutes maximum. You know, and typically police in general, unless you're in LA, get to the scene of something like this within 5 to 10 minutes. You know what I mean? There's usually some type of, call or a first responder that can get there within 5 to 10 minutes. So him, I don't know. It is possible he had to hold him down for 20 minutes, but without training, for example, in jiu-jitsu, without rolling on the mats all the time, just a 20-minute session for your life is pretty wild. Again, your body could do amazing things on adrenaline. I just think because it's like a personal account, take it with a grain of salt. If I had to guess, he probably was at it for 5 to 10 minutes. 20 minutes is a lifetime. 20 minutes is a freaking lifetime when you're in a fight for your life. So I don't know. That's just my thoughts off top. But I mean, still, it's not that I don't believe this didn't happen. I do believe this happened from the account and, all the different stuff that I just read. That's why I wanted to cover it, because it is so wild that this actually happened just a week ago. And I think maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago, they started this whole 100 men versus a gorilla concept.
Coyotes, of course, are no strangers to North Carolina, especially this time of year during springtime birthing season, when wildlife experts say the animals are on the hunt to feed and protect their pups. So how do you feel now about safety?
I am scared to death.
Barbara Featherstone, who snapped this photo of the coyote's remains, says she and her neighbors, including many elderly women here, have armed themselves with practically everything from mace to makeshift weapons, just in case another wild animal decides to attack.
If something grab at me, I'm going to hit him. I'm going to hit him on the nose first, then I'm going to beat him to death with this.
You tell them, Miss Veter there. Person County Animal Services took the coyote's remains away to have them tested for rabies. So far, no word on the results there. In the meantime, though, James Pulliam is being held a hero by his neighbors here for this fatal battle between beast and man. But it could have been a lot worse. And wildlife experts warn you that if you come in contact with a coyote or other wild animals, to be loud and big, wave your arms, throw things at them, but don't do as James Pulliam did and try to strangle the animal to death. We're live in Roxborough, Person County, CBS 17 News. Barry?
I don't think he tried. I think he was put in a position where he had to do something. Like, my man just kind of, I don't know. I felt like he threw him under the bus. No one, bro, I don't know anyone who sees a wolf, a coyote, a bear, a bobcat, a mountain lion and says, yeah, let's get it, dog. Like, nobody does that. Not one person that I know. Maybe some weird, crazy poacher might get on some other but ain't no one in real life talking about, oh, there's that bobcat. Let's run it. Run those hands, cat. Yo, there's that wolf. Let's run it. Like, that's crazy. Yo.
If that coyote is on top of me, I'm choking him to death too. I'm glad to learn something, but that's scary.
It's hard to say what she would really do, right?
Well, you don't know in the moment.
Yeah.
And I've been there in Person County many times at night.
This dude with his soft ass hands talking about he gonna get it. Come on, bro. Look at his hands, man. Look at it. He's sweet, man. Come on, bro. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Heard coyotes outside howling, and we have one in our neighborhood here in Raleigh. So, listen, I like that stick with that nail in it.
I was going to say, they're prepared.
I'm telling you, that's a brave group of people right there.
Be ready. All right, Baron, thanks so much.
Oh, Lord have mercy. You know what's crazy is the one thing that kind of worries me is like, so in Colorado Springs, there's a street called Austin Bluffs, which is, and it runs through Academy. But after you pass Academy and you keep running it, there's a park called Palmer Park. Anyways, at this time, when I was younger, I was driving down Austin Bluffs, and I saw a bear cub just run across the street. And Colorado Springs is a city. It's not as big as Denver, but it's not one of these podunk town cities. That's when I was like, oh, is real, And now that I have a kid and I live in Colorado, I kind of freak out with that stuff because it's just like, imagine going on a hike and just running into a bear. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Lord have mercy. Anyways, well, this man made it out, man. There is hope. And it actually makes me question this whole concept of the 100 men versus a gorilla, because honestly, I just thought immediately, no, 100 men, regardless, aren't beating a gorilla. Like, it's going to flail. It's just going to have too much strength. I guess strategically, 100 men, it's kind of like the concept of ants, or when there's strength in numbers. So seeing this made me think, maybe there's something there. Anyways, you guys let me know what I got, what I missed. I'll catch you on the next one.
City boy, city boy.